How's it going, everyone? My name's Christian, and I'm a millennial having an existential crisis. I'm an ultra runner. What does that mean? It means that everything is kind of sore right now, but I'm still gonna go run. And it's also pouring outside. So if you have kids and you're a runner, you know that you just get the miles in when you can. Today I'll be running for 3 hours. It's my long run, which means I'll be running this amount of miles, or however many are in the title of the video, because I really don't know. So when you're an ultra runner and you train the way I do off of like USCA, yada yada, topic for another time, you run off time on feet, not miles. So if I'm feeling really slow today, this might be like 14 miles. If I'm feeling great, it could be like 20, 21 maybe? No, definitely not that much. It'll be less than that. I'm not feeling that good. But in just under 16 weeks, I am running my first 100 miler. I'll be running the Rim to River 100 in West Virginia, completing the NRG trifecta, which is just a 3-race series. I've already done the other 2 races. I made videos about the first one, not the second one. Life happens. But that was a 50K and a 100K. And I'm kind of testing a theory here. So I talk to and hang out with and just, generally converse with a lot of other ultra runners. And there's kind of this belief in the ultra running community right now that 100 milers are like played out. Like people have figured it out, no one cares about them anymore, in the same way that no one cares about the marathon. But, this is a big but, I think that is because these people are all like at the top end of their game, at the top end of like ultra running fitness. For regular people like you and me, who still haven't run 100 miles yet, and it is still just this ethereal thing that sounds like it's going to hurt really bad, is it really played out? I think that saying 100 miles is like overdone and it's not a big deal anymore really takes away from the level of accomplishment it actually is. So I'm just going to, if this works out as well as I think it will and I enjoy it, I'm gonna do a 100 mile prep series before I do Rim to River 100. If you'll notice, I said like people don't care about 100 miles the same way they don't care about the marathon, and I think that's another ridiculous thing. Like marathons are still hard. I've never actually even run a like organized marathon. I've just done marathons within my ultras. So like, I don't know what my marathon PR is. It's probably like sub 3:45. I'm not the fastest guy in the world yet. I think that's the problem, is I have this circle of friends and people I follow on social media and stuff like that, and they're all very talented runners, and it detracts from the level of achievement doing something like a marathon or like 100 miles actually is. Like, listen to what I just said. I just lumped a marathon and a 100 miler into the same category. Those are 2 very different things. They require different levels of effort and time and preparation and logistics, but because of the circle that I am in, 100 miles is like, quote unquote, just 100 miles. So we're gonna try to debunk that a little bit, at least for me personally in my own belief system, because after having run 100K or 62 miles, they really hurt. I think I would rather run a marathon than another 100K. That's enough rambling for me. We're just gonna go kind of flow and run for a little bit. It is pouring, it is humid, but at least I have like 300 milligrams of caffeine in my system, and I also have a caffeinated gel. So let's go run. All right, first mile down, 8:33. Probably faster than I'll end up doing the whole time. I kind of always do that. I always go out too fast and then I'm miserable. So probably slow down a little bit, but rain died down and now it's picking up again. It's gonna be one of those days. All right, came back just for my water. Ooh, electrolytes. I had something important to say. Now it has slipped my mind. It must not have been that important. Maybe it'll come back to me? Oh, so, for those of you who don't know, which is probably all of you, I used to ride motorcycles. When I stopped riding motorcycles is because I had a daughter. And I just thought I should be responsible, domesticated, all those things. And then I got into ultra running. So what I've noticed is lately I've really wanted to ride a motorcycle again, and not just like go ride it, like go be an absolute squid and like rip it through traffic. Like I didn't used to do that. I wasn't gonna say anything, but I've realized that I have this inverse relationship with adventure where the longer it's been since I've had an adventure, the more I feel like going on like an absurd, ridiculous one that is, you know, roughly irresponsible. So I'm hoping this 100-miler kind of fulfills that need, but it's also like 16 weeks away, so I might need to figure out something to do like in between then and now, because I'm getting that itch to go like ride like a maniac on a motorcycle, and I should not do that. That is irresponsible. All right, let's go back to running. I'm wet. A little over 6 miles, a little over 53 minutes, whatever Strava says will do. Still just cruising, looping back home, change out water bottles, slurp some gels. No one wants to see that. Look like a hamster that's just gotten off its wheel dying, so I will spare you that. Well, give or take, another 2 more hours. A little gray out there. And this. I'm gonna go pee in my backyard. I'll be right back. New bottle, 90 grams of carbs in this. I really don't want to carry it, so I might, you know what, here's what we're gonna do. I will leave this here, come back and grab that in another 2 and some change miles. My God, ugh. I run a lot, and this is still miserable, so if you struggle with your long runs or getting out to run, just know you're not alone. Here we go. Just over 9 miles. Hour 21 minutes elapsed. Still moving good. Not the best run I've ever had. Definitely not the worst either. I'd say it's in like the top 15, top 20%. Pretty good run. Not amazing. Seems about right. I have like an hour left. Here's the mileage I missed. Oh, if anyone ever looks like on the internet that they love running all the time, there's never bad days, they're lying to you. Because I just went inside to grab my last 2 bottles and some gels, and it smells like fried chicken in there because my wife is making lunch, and the AC is on. Whereas it stopped raining here, so it is so humid now, and I still have almost another hour to go. I don't really want to be out here, but there's going to come a time in about 16 weeks where I'm in the middle of 100-miler, and I will look back and say, thank God I prepared for this, because if I quit now, that moment will be much, much harder to face. You know what I mean? All right, I'm procrastinating. 13.88 miles, 2 hours and 4 minutes. One of these has electrolytes. Nope. Also nope. Okay, neither of these have electrolytes. Let's get going. We're just gonna roll with it. Let's see, 55 minutes. Can I hit, oh yeah, 6 miles in 55 minutes? Ooh, I might actually hit 20 if my legs don't give out on me. They're not feeling great though. A lot of pounding on the pavement. Oh, I didn't bring my music. All right, we're dealing with it. Less than an hour, I can suck it up. Oh. Temperature is 100% heating up. But got like 3.5 miles left. We're at 16.3. Ow! 16.3 and 2:26 elapsed. I basically have 33-ish minutes to run 3.5 miles, which is perfectly fine if I keep up like a normal steady pace, which I'm clearly not right now. All right, let's get this over with. I'm hungry. I have 13 minutes left. 1.5 miles till I hit 20. And I want to stop and walk it in so bad. Not today, Satan. We're hitting that 20. Oh, everything hurts. 0.05 to go. 20. 2:59:55. Always an extra 0.01 because Strava sucks. They like to take things away from me that I've worked for. Get over this. Should you eat a balanced meal after running 20 miles? Yes, you should. Am I going to? Nope, I'm eating chicken nuggets and an everything bagel with pesto. You stay over there. No. Stay. You gotta stay. Please excuse the pillow fort. My wife built it with my daughter over the weekend and we haven't taken it down. So 20 miles, I'll throw, which side? Yeah, this side. I'll throw the Strava stuff up here if you're interested. So if you've watched this far in the video, chances are you're probably like roughly in the same boat in terms of like running capabilities as I am. You're probably not out getting a golden ticket or anything like that. So I kind of want to leave you with this. You know, I've been talking about running my first 100 miler, and for a lot of people watching, especially if you're like early on and you're running, that might seem absurd and just completely out of the picture or beyond anything you'll be able to do. But this is, hopefully I can find it and I'm not just waving at the air right now. This is a 20-mile run I did a couple of years ago. And I still very vividly remember this run. I literally had to meal prep the day before I did this run because I knew I was going to be completely dead after I did this. I still vividly remember like the excruciating pain of working my way through the last hour, through the last like 5 miles of this run. It was one of the hardest things I had done up to that point. And now I just did the same amount of miles, 20 miles, in an hour less. And honestly, I feel like relatively fine. Are my legs sore? Yeah, they're kind of sore, but I'm not dying. Like later tonight, I'm still going to do a strength training session, you know, assuming we have dinner plans with friends. So if the schedule doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I also strength trained last night. When I did this run in San Diego, I could not function afterwards. I was sitting on the couch, eating my meal prepped food, like shaking, shivering, because my body was like, what did you just do to me? So sometimes the gains are in speed, sometimes they're just in durability, sometimes they're just in like how fast you recover. If you're at that point right now where you're like, I can't imagine just going out to run 20 miles and then doing a strength training session later in the evening, that's fine. Like you can still have wins. You can still progress. Like it just takes consistency. And honestly, that run, I actually stopped running for multiple years after that. And I've just gotten back into running about 18 months ago. 18? No, actually less than 18 months ago, just barely over a year ago. So don't get discouraged. Don't listen to the people that are like, 100 miles is nothing anymore. Running a marathon isn't good enough anymore unless you're running sub 3. That's all nonsense. Do I push those kinds of standards on myself sometimes? Yeah, absolutely. Because I have ridiculous goals. I have often unachievable, ridiculous goals because it forces me to push harder. But do you need to do that for your own life? No, not at all. Like if you want to go run a marathon for the first time and it takes you 6.5 hours, that's fantastic. If you're just running your first 10K or 5K and it's taking you, 45 minutes for your 5K, if that's where you're at in your journey, then like that's fantastic. If you're pushing yourself, then that's great. Like you don't have to listen to all these people that are saying 100 miles are played out. Like now everyone's working on running 200 milers. Like yes, this is a channel mostly about ultra running now. So sometimes I'm going to have those discussions, but at the end of the day, who cares? Like think of it this way. The guy that just won Tahoe 200 a couple weeks ago is a friend of mine and an everyday ultra coach, Killian Korth. He crushed the course record on the most similar course because, wildfires, different course, yada, yada, all that stuff. But it's not like he won any money for that. He just went out and suffered for, what did he run it in, like 52 hours or something? I'm just gonna guess it was 52 hours. I don't remember off the top of my head exactly, but like he went out and suffered for that long. He had like a 12 to 14 mile lead on second place, almost the whole race, and he got exactly $0 for the win. He's just running the Triple Crown of 200s because he wants to, because he has this internal drive and desire. So if 100 miles is that like next frontier for you, or a marathon is that next frontier for you, then chase that. And don't let anyone say that it's not good enough. I'm gonna eat my chicken nuggets before they get cold because I have 2 dogs waiting for me to drop food, and I'll see you in the next one.